Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be talking about what I think is a pretty big issue in Hearthstone. It's been bothering me for a little bit, and that's going to be zero mana cards. If you've made it to any of the streams recently or even watched any of the videos, we're just seeing more and more zero mana cards being played into decks, whether it's Malagos Druid with Moonfires, whether it's Rogue with Shadow Steps, or whether it's, Priest with the, Hyper Cycle Miracle Priest, where they just play like 25 cards in a single turn. It all revolves around the ability to play zero mana cards and combo off that way. And while I do enjoy combo decks, I do not enjoy my opponent, or even I, being able to play a massive amount of cards and generate a huge amount of value and tempo for zero mana. There's a reason that there's mana in Hearthstone and we get one per turn, and that 10 mana cards cost 10 mana and 1 mana cards cost 1 mana is because the more mana you spend on the card, theoretically, the better or more it should do, right? And that doesn't seem to be as much of a fact anymore with decks, is that you can just play zero mana cards and generate huge amounts of value. So on stream, I might have had a mini meltdown and we might have taken a look at every zero mana card, and I might have talked about it in maybe a not so good fashion, but I think it's important because we did cover a lot and I think, that zero mana cards shouldn't exist. And I would like this to be more of a discussion video, and give me your responses and your reactions. Do you like zero mana cards? I mean, I don't, but you could. And then also something to clarify before we rotate into the clip is that when I'm talking about zero mana cards, I'm talking about cards that actually just cost zero mana. I'm not talking about cards getting reduced to zero mana. So for example, Skull of Gul'dan from the Demon Hunter, your opponent had to spend 6 mana on the card. Plus, it needed to be outcasted, which means they needed to use their hand manipulation skills to either have the skull in the very left point of their hand or the very rightmost in their hand in order to even get the discount, plus paying 6 mana. There's hoops that we need to jump through when using cards like Skull of Gul'dan because we paid mana for those discounts and the ability to draw. But looking at cards like Shadow Step, there's actually no requirement to the card other than to have a minion on the board, and then you can just Shadow Step it for 0 mana, and then you get it back to your hand and it costs 2 mana less forever. You paid so let's just clarify the effects of things being reduced to 0 mana versus a card just being 0 mana. And let's roll into the clip. I'm actually interested. How many 0 mana cards are there in the game? Blur, this card fucking sucks. So they can be 0 mana. Blur can be 0 mana. No one gives a shit about Blur. Embiggen, 0 mana. Innervate, 0 mana. Lightning Bloom, 0 mana. Moonfire, 0 mana. This card should not be 0 mana. This card should be 1 mana. It's a 0 mana, you automatically have the first 2 curves of the game. Brain dead fucking card, brain dead deck, fucking 0 mana. Circle of Healing, fuck 0 mana cards. This card actually removes stuff. So this card is probably one of the only exceptions to an okay 0 mana card. And the reason being is you're using your mana with the 0 mana card to kill something. So that's good. Lazul's Scheme, 0 mana card, and it has to be in your hand each turn. You reduce attack. Lazul's Scheme, it's an okay 0 mana card. Power Word Shield, 0 mana card, gain +2 health. Fuck that. Get rid of 0 mana cards. There's no point to this. Just get rid of it. Raise Dead. Fuck this card. 0 mana, just bring back 2 minions? No, you have to pay mana to bring minions back from the dead. Just like our grandma did it, just like our granddad did it, and just like their grandparents did it. You pay mana for fucking cards, chat. None of this 0 mana bring back what... Nobody wants to see a Zeph getting brought back for 0 mana. Silence. Probably an okay 0 mana card. Still 0 mana, fuck 0 mana cards. Whispers of Evil, 0 mana, add a lackey to your hand. So, you don't discover the lackey. If it was discovered, this card would be... We don't want to talk about it. This card's still bad. Maybe it can stay at 0 mana. Or how about, why couldn't it just be like 2 mana, make 2 lackeys? Give us some mana. Make it cost mana. Backstab. Where's the mana? 0 mana, deal 2 damage? But Backstab's the rogue identity. Fuck the identity. Fuck 0 mana cards. Get rid of Backstab. Prep. They had to nerf this. Originally, it reduced the spell cost this turn by 3. And then they make it 2. And guess what? No one plays it, but I don't care. It's a 0 mana card. Get it out of here. Shadow Step. This fucking card. You don't get to pay 0 mana to return a friendly minion to your hand at any point in time and then have it cost 2 less forever. If it was -2 this turn, It's still a 0 mana card, fuck it. But seriously, so you get basically, you're paying 0 mana and you're getting 2 mana back in the future. This is like a reverse Farsight Innervate combination. We don't know. Get it out of here. Get this card out of the game. Rework this card into oblivion. 0 mana cards, you have to pay mana here, folks. This is a mana paying stream. Ancestral Healing. I give this the only card that's acceptable at 0 mana. This card is by far the worst thing I have ever seen. I think I've seen it played one time in my 6.5 years of playing Hearthstone. This is the perfect 0 mana card. I haven't seen a 0 mana card printed as strong and as great as this Ancestral Healing right here. Half of you didn't even know this was a card in the game. Lightning Bloom. 0 mana card, gain for mana crystals for free? No 0 mana cards. Mutate. 0 mana. Transform a minion into one that costs 1 more? No. How about transform this card into one that costs 1 more mana? Totemic Might, 0 mana. Totemic Surge, 0 mana. Raise Dead, fuck that card again. Sack Pack. All right, this is another one. This is actually an okay 0 mana card. The reason being that this is a 0 mana card that's okay is because you actually have to kill one of your own minions. You're not returning it to your hand for it to be played later for a discount of 2 mana. You're eliminating the minion from existence. This is a fine 0 mana card. Warrior, Inner Rage, 0 mana card. No. Make this card cost 1 mana, have it deal 1 damage and +2 attack. I don't give a shit. Neutral cards. Death Imp and Wisp, they pass the 0 mana test as well. We can have 0 mana cute cards. Death Imp, that's fine, he's chilling. And then Wisp, we really don't even know where they go or what they belong to, but they're cool too. They do some Cenarian shit by the Grand Tree, and they fucking helped out in some war to fucking capitalize on destroying some demon in the lore at one point in time. That's fine. That you can pay 0 mana for your Wisps. Everything's fine there. But anyway, this. I think I'm done. All right, that was a pretty big rant. I feel good. All right, I'm gonna go eat. I feel nice now. That was actually really good. That was therapeutic.